All right. This is State of Mind again. How you guys doing? You see when I smile like that? Yeah, yeah. If you like what you see, subscribe. It's right here on the bottom. That little red thing that says subscribe. Hit that button because it's amazing. You know, I was at a certain, I think I was at 81,000 subscriptions. And it jumped to like now I'm over 85,000 because of thank you, Martin Lawrence. That's all I got to say. All right, so hit the button. Who do I have today? My sister's here. Yeah, my sister. I can't believe my sister's here. It's my sister who, you know, she's very successful now. She left me. She left me a long time ago. And now it's just hasn't stopped working, and I'm very proud of her. I actually just saw her in a commercial, and then I wrote her again. I said, hey, let's do State of Mind. And she said, cool. And she's here. Her name is Alicia Willis.
That's me.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, bro. I missed you.
I know. You just left me cold.
No.
No, but it was good for you. It was good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. It's so funny because, like, there was so much going on at that time. And do you know that it's been, like, 20 years?
No, Alicia.
Yeah, I know. I feel really old now because, yeah.
But you have not aged.
That's not true. You haven't aged.
We both maybe haven't, but
we're doing okay.
It's been 20 years?
Something like, I think, yeah, pretty close. Yeah. I know. It's insane.
So when you auditioned, what? I don't remember. It's been 20 years.
Mark Teschner. I remember I had tied my, little white shirt up so that I looked, sexier. And I was 22, I think. I was a baby. I was just a kid. And I was reading with, I think I screen tested with Ingo, of all people.
Really?
Yes. And Jill Phelps was there at the time. It just seems like
you know what's
life.
amazing? I'll tell you what's amazing. That you look like exactly you could be my sister. Like we look so alike.
Yeah. Twins, basically. I mean, I don't even know how people tell us apart. It's kind of ridiculous. I think they went a little too close with the casting because, I mean,
it's amazing. And then you married Jax.
Well, I also married
Tyler? Krista?
Did we get married?
No,
I can't remember. I know I married Jason.
Wait. You married Jason?
I did. I remember that wedding dress, too, because I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. That was pretty.
I didn't know. I forgot.
I did, and I married Billy. That was the first one, because remember you were trying to break us up.
Billy Warlock?
Yes. What was his character's name again?
AJ. I killed him.
You did?
I killed him.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Was I sad, or did we? I don't remember.
No, I don't think you were.
Isn't it weird how you you can film all this stuff and have no recollection of what happened?
Here's what's funny. My son is Chad, right? Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've met Chad. I worked with him on the Bay,
I'm sorry. No. Michael, right? So this is the funny part. Michael is mad at Sonny, right? He wants to take him down because it's a long story, but because he's with another woman, not his mother.
Oh.
But I killed his father, and that was fine.
Wait, I thought you were his father.
But not real father, right? His real father's AJ.
Oh, no way.
Right. So he wants to take me down I'm with another woman. But when I killed his father, he's like,
no big deal.
No, it's all right.
I mean,
yeah.
Who did he have a kid with? It wasn't me, was it? I don't remember. I had one. Because I came on, yeah. And then I died in childbirth. Because, I got the monkey flu or something.
You did?
Do you remember our last scene together? And I was laying on the gurney, and you were like saying your goodbyes, and it was super emotional. And then I was doing like really inappropriate hand gestures onto the sheets.
Are you serious?
Well, you can't do that now.
No,
No, everything's,
you get in trouble. Yeah.
I would have gotten in big trouble.
Wow. What else do you remember by that time?
About
I was just a gangster and stuff.
You were a gangster.
I was very intense at that time, right?
You were very intense, but you and I think
no, we were cool
right away.
But you could tell that I was different.
Yes.
Than I am now. Let's say
you are more mellow now.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting a more mellow.
Oh, it's
vibe.
very mellow.
But I'm sure we all are. I mean, that just comes with.
Well, I was very intense, man, because it was all about the work.
Yeah.
And it had to be, this thing, or I would get upset, or I would be like, I'm not doing it, or I would yell at somebody. Now I'm almost 60, and I'm like, whatever happens, happens.
Whatever.
So then you well, first of all, where are you from?
Originally Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, Atlanta, Georgia.
My dad moved us out here because he wanted to get into the acting business.
He did?
Mm-hmm. And he did. He raised 4 kids doing, commercials and hosting and guest spots. And yeah, my dad, he's retired now. But, he rehearsed all of my auditions with me. Still does.
Is he a good actor?
He is, yes. He's very good. And he's a great coach.
Wow.
But he would we still have that, where we will get together, help me put a self-tape up or, so we share that, which is really special. My mom said to say hi, by the way. My mom loves you.
Hi, Mommy.
She's always bringing up, do you remember that time? Do you remember
That's
that
cute.
time?
That's
so,
cute.
yeah, I think.
My son is, he's big time.
What's your son doing?
He's an actor musician, but he got a show on HBO Max called The Rehearsal.
Nice.
Big show. And the last 10 minutes of the show he's on is all him. And I taught him at 13.
Oh, I need to look him up.
Yeah,
last time I saw him, he was
Joshua Benard, and now he's up for he's got a big man. Yeah, you'll see. A couple years he'll be. Anyway,
that's amazing.
Enough bragging, Dad.
No, that's good. That's good. That's what that's what you do as a parent, right?
Yes. So you have a brother, sister?
I do. I have 2 sisters and a brother. Everyone dabbled in the industry when we were younger. I was the only one who kind of stuck with it because I'm crazy.
Wow.
And so we all got together over Thanksgiving and we watched the Christmas movie that you saw. It's a Christmas at the Greenbrier, and we all got together and they don't usually watch my stuff because it's always a little over the top and silly and like Lifetime. I mean,
right.
I love it. It's fun. But this was something that we could all watch together where the kids could actually see me, do my thing.
So you do all these, here's the thing. I'm about to say this. You've had a great career.
It's been good. I mean,
no.
It's been great.
Listen to me. Okay. Most people who leave soap operas, I'll leave it at that. You've done a lot, and it's cool. I'm very happy.
Thank you.
So what is it? You get a Lifetime movie, and then you get another one, and then because you're so good in the one you did, and then they keep hiring you. Is that the way it works?
Well, I
the ratings.
Well, a lot of it is I started working with a couple of these producers. Over 10 years ago, and I show up, I do the work, I'm professional. They know they can count on me, and I think that's but I pour my heart into it. I don't show up and do the, I don't play it like it's a Lifetime movie. I play it like I'm gonna, like I'm doing Scorsese. I don't know,
yes,
whatever.
Of course.
I put my all into it.
And I saw you in something a while back.
You did? Oh gosh.
And you were really good, man. And I'm not joking.
Oh really?
And I was going, she better be good. And you were really good. I don't know. It was like a thriller, and
probably I do a lot of.
You were in an auditorium or something, and some guy your boyfriend was kind of a jerk.
Oh,
and he was like, and you're like I don't know.
There's a lot of those.
But it was very good. I played John Gotti in a Lifetime movie, and I had 2 days to prepare, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Really?
Because the executive producer hated me.
Oh, that's never fun.
Yeah, and I've never had anybody hate me.
Yeah, no.
So I couldn't figure, and I'm playing John Gotti. You know John Gotti.
Yeah. Which you're born for that
I'm
role.
gonna kill you. You know what I mean? But I became friends with Victoria Gotti, so it was cool. But boy, was that tough.
Yeah, it's hard when you work with people that you don't gel with, because as an actor, you take it personally, and then you internalize it, and that's.
But what I did, Alicia, is because I tell Paul, let's get on a plane, man. Get me on a plane. Get out of here, because I don't. Acting isn't what it used to be for me. I'd rather, to be honest, this is it. This is like when I was young, and as an actor, when I wanted to be an actor. This is what it feels like. I just said, get me on a plane. And she goes, honey, it's going to hurt you. I said, what? Doesn't matter. But I stuck it out. So I said, okay, I'll become this thing. Maybe not John Gotti, but because I needed more time to play him, gain weight and everything. But I'll become this. So every time that I see her, I'm this thing. Mm-hmm. So the producer would be there and I'd walk up. And she, and in reality, that helped me with the performance, because I think if that didn't happen, I would have just played Sonny. Yeah. Not this. I had this other dude. I was dying there for 3 weeks.
Sometimes those are blessings in disguise, right? Where you're at the time you're like, this is awful, but then it catapults you to that next level that you need to go to as an artist. Yeah.
But I was talking to Rebecca Buddig, who was just on.
I love her, by the way. It was really
She's
good
fantastic.
Seeing her.
Oh, wait, yeah, it's fantastic. But I said, it's like, and I'm going to talk about some mental health, because I don't know if you have any mental health at all, or I don't know.
We've all got our things.
Oh,
right?
you do? Okay. Well, it's just that I said, I said, when they asked me to do Sonny, they said, will you play bipolar? I said, oh yeah, man, I'm a method actor. I love this. But I didn't know that. Great for acting, hard for life.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it's been for 30 years.
You take your work home.
Yeah, it was not good, but now I'm different. So what about you in mental health? Tell me,
Well, I can relate. I play a lot of roles where it's like a mother whose kid is getting kidnapped, or that kind of situation. And as a mom, you use your life to get to that place, but then just being able to shut it off when you go home is not so easy. And I feel like there's times when I come home from a shoot where I'm just like, I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just like, I need to get my head right, because it's, it messes you up a little bit. Yeah. Doing a Christmas movie was like, I was so happy. I'm like, oh God, I'm going home and I'm happy and I'm cheerful. This is amazing. But, I think for me, when we worked together, we didn't have this dialogue. There was such a stigma. We couldn't talk about this stuff. No one was really coming out and talking about.
No, not I mean, God, it was 20 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk about it probably when we were close. Mm-mm. Because I started talking about it after, and then I did Oprah.
That's the first time I heard.
Really? Yeah, because I was told, don't talk about it because directors won't hire you. Yeah. Because they think you're going to go crazy on the set. That's a stigma, right?
It is. Yeah, it was.
And then I got a letter from a boy, because I did a little article, and the boy said, I want to thank you for this little article that I read about you, because it helped me deal with my brother who took a gun and blew his head off. Oh, wow. And I said, I'm going to talk now. I'm going to talk. And I had to shut up since.
That was it. It's people need to talk.
I know.
They need to talk about it. I didn't know what you were going through. All I knew was that you and I were always really close. And I knew, and I always had a way of taking things really personally. So if someone was in a bad mood around me, or someone was, I felt like it was my fault, like I had done something, And so for a long time, it was like, I didn't know which Maurice I was going to get. I was going to come to work, and one day you were like the most charming, lovely, amazing. And then another day it was like, I was a little scared. I was just like, oh, does he hate me? Like, did I do something? Why?
That was
me being, this way.
Exactly.
And it was I told you, and I sent you an email. We talked about it a little bit where I didn't understand it at the time. All I knew was that, and I was a kid, I was like just this stupid, naive kid who was still finding her way, and making all kinds of mistakes. Yeah. And I remember the last year of the show was really dark. Like, I would go to my dressing room and I would just cry. And it wasn't just that. That was a big part of it, but I felt like we had such a good connection. I didn't have anyone to turn to when I was like really feeling like, it almost felt like high school in a way at a time. There was a time when it felt like you didn't know who your friends were and who had your back and who didn't. And it was and there was a big reason I didn't talk. This is the first time I've ever actually said that out loud. Because people were like, why are you leaving the show? They're offering you another 4 years. You're a working actor. What are you doing? And I was like, I can't stay. I'm like, I'm so unhappy. And it's so funny looking back now. If we had had this kind of dialogue back then, think of like how much easier it would have been to just like all of us to just talk to each other. Everybody was going through stuff
Tamara.
at the time. Everybody, she was going through a lot. I mean, all of us have had our ups and downs. It's a tough business to be in. It weighs on you.
You look, you have to understand. It was a tough period. And this is actually good to talk about.
It is good. It's
because,
healing.
And I've never really talked about it. Maybe in my book, I don't know. But, I was kind of going through some stuff, dark stuff. And I took it out on Tamara, and I don't feel good about it. But I apologized. And I was a different guy then.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, it's almost like, I just had the little monster come back this week at work. And it came in. Because here's what I say. You want to always be in first gear, second gear. You don't want to go to third. You don't want to go to fourth. And you definitely don't want to go to fifth, sixth, seventh, right? If there's a seventh. And during the pandemic, I was about 7, okay? Pretty much almost the end. But you want to stay in even keel. And at that time, I was flirting with 3 and 4. And when you're flirting with 3 and 4, it's almost just like I felt this week, because it doesn't happen often, where I started yelling at some people and going... It's the little monster inside, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And it's a rage. And but now I'm able to almost look at it from the outside and looking in and almost taming it where I couldn't tame it before.
Because you're learning.
You get it?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
now.
that what
but
it is.
I'm, 30 years later. Right?
Yeah.
But then, during this period, Tamara, you, whatever, that thing, there was no taming. I didn't know how. So whatever I was, I just stayed.
Yeah.
And I would go. And it's weird because I've never talked about that. How many of these I've done?
I've never talked about, I haven't either.
150?
It's.
Never talked about it. It's really, and it's the feeling of it is just not pleasant. But as somebody with bipolar or whatever, all the stuff that I have, sometimes you just can't control it. But now I'm able to control short memory. That's the thing. Short memory, very important. When you have that little monster and you do something you're not supposed to, have a short memory and get through it and go to the next.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, my mind used to forget it. I don't like it. Here's what I used to do. Here's what I used to do. This is what I want to say. I used to be like, and I'm not saying you, but let's say it was you. I would go, I don't like Alicia. I don't like her. Today I don't like her. Because she said something to someone or she looked, and then that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I felt it. Believe me, I felt it. I felt it. And it was sad because I you know, there's so much love there too.
Yeah.
And it was, I didn't know how to process that at the time. Now it's like seeing the journey that you've taken and all the help you're giving other people. It's like, after I saw the Oprah episode, I was like, it clicked. I'm like, oh, okay. And now the journey that you're on now is just so incredible because people need to talk about it.
Yeah, because this is cool.
Yeah.
We're talking about it.
I wish we had talked about it 20 years ago, but I think the older I've gotten and becoming a mom and all that, you really start to realize how little you know.
Yeah.
You know, and back then you think I thought I knew everything.
Of course.
I was like, yeah, I'm 23 and I've got it all figured out. I didn't know anything.
That's the
not a thing.
But I think you and me are people that examine ourselves and look in the mirror and not. I don't see anything wrong with you. I got to be honest with you.
There's plenty.
I don't know.
There's plenty.
Maybe.
I mean, I went through, ups and downs. I think being in this business definitely weighs up. But I went through a really, really awful divorce and with my daughter's dad, and it's like the gift that keeps on giving. I tell you, it's been probably 9 years now. And I have this amazing little girl. She's just my whole world.
I can tell.
Oh man, that girl, she's something else.
In the pictures I see.
Oh, she's gonna give me a run for my money for sure. But I went to a really dark place after that. It was the anxiety that I was feeling becoming a single mom overnight and having that weight. There were times when I felt like I couldn't even breathe. I felt like there was an elephant sitting on my chest. I would have
Were you
panic
working
attacks.
at the time?
Right after I wasn't. And thank God, one of my close friends, Stan Spry, he's a producer. He does a lot of different types of projects for the Cartel. It's the Cartel. That sounds really production company. And I had done a movie for him back before I had Simone, and I just wanted to go back to work so bad. And I had taken time off when I had my daughter, and he started hiring me again. And he's just like, he started putting me in the Lifetime movies. And then, I started meeting other producers and they were putting me in their Lifetime movies, and they're short shoots. So I'll go and work for 2 or 3 weeks in Atlanta or wherever. And then I get to be home with my daughter. Yeah. And thank God for my parents. Because if it weren't for them, I don't know how single moms that are trying to work how they afford childcare.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So there was definitely, if you had told me during that time, I was really down, that life would be what it is right now. I have this amazing fiance. I got engaged.
I know. I want to talk about that.
A few months ago. And my daughter's thriving, and life is just really good. If you had told me that then, I don't know if I would have believed it.
Because this is what I keep saying is, same with me during the pandemic. I've talked about it so much now. People are like, enough with you on kill yourself during the pandemic. But
I did not know that, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah. It was horrible. But here's what I say. Those people, and you know how much I talk about it, that you think you don't want to be on this earth anymore or whatever, you are stronger than you know, and it will pass. You just got to step one more step, But once you do, I believe you're gonna go down 2 roads. you either take the wrong road or the right road. The wrong road would be if you're an alcoholic and then you go through something and you're great, and then you keep drinking. It's the wrong road. And then life's going to really get you.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about God and the devil, I've talked about that enough too. You take the right road, exactly what she said. When she went through what she went through, what I went through, look what's happened to me in 2 years. I mean, you can't even imagine. And look what's happened to her. When we did not think at all we could do it. We wouldn't. Did I think I was going to have this? No. I was thinking, I just want to get through this one more, So, but you got to take the right road.
Yeah.
So that's, I want to talk about your when your husband proposed to you and stuff.
My Tanner.
Hey, Tanner.
Tanner. Hi, babe.
What's going on, Tanner? Right on, Tanner.
I finally got it right.
You were in Paris or something?
Good. We were. Well, it was my dad's 70th birthday, and he's never been to Europe, and we were like, we're doing this big family trip, and he happened to be out there. He was, I think he was filming John Wick. He was Keanu's stunt driver.
Oh.
So he gets to do really cool stuff, and
cool.
He's filming in like Lake Como or something, or I don't know. This is one of his shoots, and he's like, "I'll just meet you guys out there." So I had no idea. I was just thinking, yeah, he's close by. We're there. We're gonna meet up. And it's so funny because when you look at the picture, it looks like it's staged.
It does.
Like Eiffel Tower, and I'm like, it does not look, and some
green screen.
Random guy, it does, right? And our friends like to make fun of us because it was like almost too perfect. And he had some random guy sitting there, take the photo, and I was completely blown away.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's so good to have, and like you were saying, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You don't. You get to a place where it's so dark. All you see is the heaviness of all of it, and you just don't know how to break through that. But that's the one thing whenever I'm struggling, I just tell myself, even if you have to go through a mountain of shit, everything works out. Everything works out, and there's more to come. There's going to be
other stuff. Yeah.
But then there's going to be another light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah.
And he's that.
He's the light.
He's my light. He's incredible.
And you guys have known each other for how long?
We've known each other for probably 10 years. And it's a funny situation because his daughter and her mom lived across the street from my daughter and me when I first moved in. Simone was like maybe 1.5. And they weren't together. They were friends, but he would come to visit his daughter and play fetch outside, and I would see him out there, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of cute, but I don't know what that situation is, so I'm not going there. And we all became friends, and the timing was never really right. But then about 4 years ago, his daughter's mom was like, Tanner's single, and I think you guys are perfect for each other.
Damn.
And I was single. And so his daughter's mom set us up, which is like
wow.
the most, but it's how it should be, right? We all get along. We all hang out.
Yeah, but she knows you guys.
Yeah.
And she probably knew that it was real to you guys would click.
Yeah. And we did. It's just been like the most incredible.
She didn't know that you would take a fake picture in Paris, like on a green screen.
Yeah, I mean, quit telling people that. You're giving away my secret. It does. It looks so fake. Oh, man. Yeah.
But I thought it was beautiful.
It was. My whole family was there. They were waiting for us with champagne. And I mean, we just bought our first house together.
Look at you.
We're moving to Colorado, actually. We got a ranch.
Oh, that's great.
We're spreading out.
I love that.
Get some horses and
I'll go with you.
I know you've got goats.
Yeah, I got goats. I got alpacas. Alpaca. Do I got llama? Yeah, alpacas. And I got goats, and I got dogs. I got parrots. I got snakes. I got a puppy now.
Oh man.
Vito.
What kind of puppy?
It's an English bulldog with a half black face, half white face, and he's cute as hell. And Oh man, I just love it.
Good. More animals, less people is
Yeah,
a good
right?
thing. Yeah.
I think I got everything in.
Nice.
What's the movie that you're doing?
Oh, yeah, I should probably,
Let's push this thing.
yeah, let's do it. So, Christmas at the Greenbrier is playing right now on Fox Nation, and it's super fun. It's a really cute movie, and then The Bay is coming out. I think that it's premiering December
Look
19th.
at you. I thought you were doing. Oh yeah, The Bay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I do have a couple Lifetime movies coming out too.
Oh,
On LMN. So.
I got a Christmas movie.
It was a busy year.
It's a cute thing, and then I do in the Bay, and then I got a couple more Lifetime movies coming down the pike, and then
It's been a good year.
then Scorsese called, but I said I'm too busy.
I mean, I'm still waiting for that call, right? I think we need to call him and say, hey.
All right, listen. This has been fantastic, and you guys got to know that the conversation we had was never had, and that's the first time that it was had on State of Mind. And I like having, like Rebecca Buddick, I never talked about postpartum depression. So every time I talk about something for the first time, because I know people have heard my stories about 80,000 times, you know. So it's cool to talk something for the first time, and it was cool, and you're cool. And
You're cool. I'll miss you. This was good. I'm glad we did this.
It's cool, right?
It's been too long.
Can I say cool one more time? Hold on.
Super cool.
It's all cool, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right on.
Right on, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Boom. State of Mind. Adios.
That was